I found myself at a home group. It was about 80 people smashed into a living room.
A lot of my friends had asked me, hey Ryan, just share about whatever's on your heart tonight. It's your birthday, just go for it.
And the guy sharing was talking about how he had just rescued a little girl from a trash dump in Nicaragua.
Blabbing on for like 2 hours. Just way too much.
Wow, this is so cool.
Thinking back, it was probably perfect, but it seemed stupid at the time, I think.
I would love to be with a guy like that, who just goes after Jesus all the time.
Little did I know, the woman of my dreams happened to be among the 80 faces in the room. But because I was, kind of wrapped up in it being my birthday, I never noticed her. After that night, I had been preparing to go on a mission trip. I come back, I'm gonna go skiing. I hear God just say, you need to go to church. I'm like, God, I work in the church. Church is my life. I need to go skiing with these guys. God's like, no, you need to go to church.
38 days later, I'm sitting in the back of a church of 1,000 people, and in walks that same home group leader guy, Ryan Harris.
And I was a little bit late. Walked in, the lights are dim, worship is going.
He's so cool, but why is he late?
And I'm making my way across the back of the church. Kind of like, okay, God, I'm here. And as soon as I turn my head, I immediately lock eyes with this woman.
In a sea of 1,000 people. And he locks eyes with me, and he just stares at me. For way too long.
Way too long.
If you're gonna stare at me, then I'll stare right back.
That's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life, and I think that's my wife. But I have no idea who this person is. I don't know where they came from. I don't know her name. God, this is in your hands. If she's really supposed to be my wife, I'm gonna let you make this happen.
Well, actually, he ran after me in the parking lot a month and a half later.
I ended up having to run her down in the parking lot. Not my way that I had imagined and dreamed that this moment would happen.
He was totally shaking.
I was shaking.
And I realized that this really cool guy who loved Jesus a lot was totally shaking while looking for what my name was.
But I knew I had to step out and go for it, or else she would vanish again.
When boys were pursuing me, they would always tell me, wow, you have such a great smile. That would almost just seal the deal as a no-go for me because my teeth are almost completely fake. When I was developing as a little baby in the womb, my teeth didn't get what they needed. When Ryan first saw me, he always said, your eyes, I saw the fear of God in your eyes.
Now I've sat in front of terrorist leaders in the Middle East and asked to pray for them. I've led teams of 40 people into the trash dumps to do ministry, and we've been surrounded by gangs that intended to rob us all. I've done some pretty extreme things. When I feel this certain feeling of like an adrenaline rush and fear, whatever it is that's in front of me, I have to do it because I know it's God, but it terrifies me. And this was the epitome of that feeling. And it was this 5'3" little girl in high heels.
And I'd always hoped that when someone fell in love with me, it had nothing to do with the different fake things that I'd been able to cover up.
2 years later, we were married and we moved to Mammoth Lakes and we began leading mission trips for our church.
I thought beautiful meant flawless. Beautiful today is anything that Jesus has had his hands on.